Hi folks, it's Pete here from Deliberate You. And did you know that as leaders, we usually spend about 60 to 80% of our time in conversations? And as a leader, if you are like me at all, conversations at times can be very, very frustrating. People can be very, very frustrating. And maybe you're a leader like I was chatting with recently who, in the midst of their own frustration, declared that business would be way easier if it wasn't for people. Maybe you've thought the same thing too. Let's see if any of these situations resonate for you. Are you often frustrated with being misunderstood? Frustrated that people actually, in your mind, just don't get it? Do you find that you waste time having to repeat yourself over and over again? Or maybe you are unaware around how your communication style actually slows down those around you and their ability to produce the results that you actually need from them. Do you feel like stressed and anxious about having to have an upcoming difficult conversation with somebody at work or maybe at home? And as you think about that difficult conversation, you can already feel your stress increase. And the reality is, the person's not even in the room. Do you struggle with being maybe too direct and the feedback from people is that you are too pushy? Or maybe you struggle with not being direct enough and people think you're just too nice. Or you have this sense of that they can walk all over you. Maybe you feel challenged by, like, how do I actually start a difficult conversation? Like, how do I get it underway? And once I do that, how can I really guide it? It's so important that we actually are successful in a way that works for me and for the other person. Maybe how do I actually really say things that I really mean and they're actually hearing what I was meaning for them to hear? Well, if you're like me and many, many others, maybe these situations resonated for you. Now, they've been a part of my story over time. And as I have pursued becoming a better communicator, there's good news. I know that through personal experience that you can actually learn how to be a much greater communicator. I know that you can actually learn how to lead yourself and others in conversations so that those very things that frustrate you and them will diminish over time. Imagine this. Consider what it would be like if you could actually decrease misunderstandings and increase the ease and clarity with which you work with people. Imagine what it would be like if you could actually save time. Yes, save time by growing as a communicator. Imagine that you could actually lead conversations that could really engage people and produce the great results, the needed results for you and your business. What would it be like if you could actually significantly reduce the stress and anxiety by learning how to communicate in a way that sets the conversation up for you and the other person for success? What if you could learn how to be truthful and gracious at the same time as you engage in these really important conversations? And you no longer need to be either a nice leader or a pushy leader. What if you had a conversation roadmap that could actually guide you step by step over time into an increasing success rate in the important conversations in your world at work and at home? I know you can, because that is my story. By learning how to lead myself and others in conversations that matter, it has allowed me to really enjoy so much more ease and far less wear and tear in my key relationships at work and at home. And by the way, far greater results. So I invite you to join me and learn practical, pragmatic, results-focused conversation tools that really do make a difference through the art of the difficult conversation.